show on ABS TV. My name is Chidima Oranwa, and with me this morning is my co-presenter, Ajuli Chukwuoka. Good morning, Ajuli.
Good morning, Chidima. Good morning, India Nambra. It's a pleasure to be here, and then let's see how we go down with dealing on the issues of today. Thank you.
Right, let's quickly bring your way the stories are trending on our website, ABS. And other national dailies. But before we do that, we are going to take a short break. When we come back, you get to meet our guest seated right by the studio with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, you're welcome back to the show. We have with us this morning Simon Nwafoezo Former. He is a public affairs analyst. Glad to have you on the show this morning.
Good morning, Nde Anambra, and all our viewers all over the world.
We also have with us Joy Mbachi. She's also a public affairs analyst. Glad to have you on the show, Joy.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewer.
All right. Just to quickly let you know, darling, you can also be part of the program anywhere you are. All you need to do is just dial the number that is displayed in front of your television set this morning. All right, let's start with the stories trending on our website this morning, that is ABS website. The first story we have this morning, Federal Secretariat Complex Oka named after former HOS, that is head of service, Ebele Okeke. We have Buhari receives more commendations for delivering second Niger Bridge project. Mrs. Saludo declares an open workshop on child trafficking, illegal adoptions in Oka. Anambra State government apprehend 50 street burgers and child hawkers in Oka. Okay, you've seen what we have on our website this morning. Talking about the Federal Secretariat being named after the former head of service, Ebele Okeke. Simon.
Yes, that is a welcome development. I wish to commend and congratulate the president for first of all acknowledging that it is good to be good. Because having named that secretariat as well as that of Bayelsa after Ebere Jonathan, this will make the younger generations to know that it pays to serve well. It pays to leave a good legacy. So, and for him to have recognized those who dedicated themselves and they reached the peak, the height of their career and in different endeavors, and those who maintained, like the former president, who ensured that this country is one and indivisible entity. So there is need to keep a legacy, to immortalize their names, so that those who are after them, we know that there is good in doing good.
Joy, quickly, let's also see the story of the governor's wife declaring open workshop on child trafficking and also illegal adoptions of children happening in Oka, the capital city of Anambra State. And also while we look at the government apprehending 50 beggars on the streets of Oka.
Yeah, good morning once again. For me, the governor's wife really done great, you know, in the sense that she's looking as a mother. You know, the child adoption and the child trafficking challenges is really eating deep into the society, and it needs somebody that really care about the development of the family and the society to put up such a program. So it's quite commendable by my own assumption. Then the beggars being apprehended by the Anambra government, and child hawkers in Oka. Yeah, over the years, other governors have come to do that, and few months, few years later, they go back. I just wish at this time that this thing will be completely, wrapped out of our streets. Because they do it today, tomorrow they come back. So there should be a very, very stringent point or penalties. Once they see such people, they should be really kept somewhere, because it's an eyesore to our states, to any city, just not just Anambra or Oka. I think it's a very welcome development in the state.
Thank you so much for that submission. Let's quickly delve into the papers we have this morning.
The first paper we have this morning on our paper review is New National Star, and the banner headline there says, Keyamo bombs Buhari, regrets Minister of State appointment. And the writer there says Minister of State unable to be bold and speak out. Says appointment contravenes section 147 and 148 of the 1999 Constitution. And then we also see Wasi attacks Bajamia Miller over plan to abridge sitting. We also have the NNPC as no daily fuel consumption data. That's coming from the reps. 4 policemen, 2 hoodlums killed in a Boeing, renewed attack. And at the top there we see May 29 inauguration, Mwike Ikpeazu Umai facilitating Ohaneze attendance. And Nigerians to pay more interest on loan as CBN raises policy rate to 18.5%. Kogi Assembly clears 9 members of terrorism allegation. And Senate moves to compensate victims of NSAS. That's coming from the Senate boss. Joy, let's go with the ladies first. What do you have to say about this?
I'm just smiling because this is Nigeria. And we keep thanking God for every day people keep showing their real self. Kayamo is just talking now at the end of the tenure that the Minister for State is no appointment. He is a lawyer. He knows this from onset. Why didn't he say no? So this shows that people are not patriotic enough to serve this country. And it calls to mind to tell the leaders, the presidents, whoever that is in charge, to appoint people. Look for true Nigerians who have the heart, the progress, the development of the states, of the country at heart. Look at Kayamo after taking a lot of money, feeding himself, fat with Nigerian money, and he's just saying that appointment. Instead of saying, thank you, my boss, for doing this, to me and my family, he turned around to start saying this and that. I just believe that they will just take him to court and sentence him because it's an insult to the country, Yeah, that's my take on that. I feel so sad about that comment coming from Kayamo. It shows ungracefulness. That's how I say it.
Simon, you want to add?
Yes, please. In Igbo, they say, and you can see that the same topic attracts the attention of both of us. Look, the point is, let me tell you, they know what they are doing. It's game they are playing. The man is a noisemaker, like some of them. So he know that the Buhari's administration is ended. So he's now looking forward. Look at the noise he has been making all over the place. And they look at how he has been projecting the incoming president. Saying all sorts of things, fighting all sorts of wars like his cohorts. Now, he is aiming, just like some of them, they are aiming something. That will show you that they are self-centered people, selfish to the core. He's only interested in what he will benefit. He's a disgrace to the legal profession. Somebody who is who ought to be an apostle in the minister in the temple of justice. But if you look at the comments lawyers are making about him, you know that he's a disgrace. So what he's aiming is to know whether he can get a bigger job from the incoming president. That is why he's regretting.
There's something that here, the NNPC has no daily fuel consumption rate.
I was about asking you that before you even
So, this country, oh God, will help us. Rep members, for 8 years, they were unable to dictate that. They are just telling us now. NNPC is of Nigerian agency, and they're telling us this. So this is some of the things we keep saying, we keep shouting it, rot in private, public agencies. What are we going to do? Now they have seen that, we pray that the basic actions, needed actions need to be taken, because we have some people working there. We should have data collectors, officers and all that. What are they doing? They have MD. That shows inefficiency.
Apart from that, you equally have House of Rep members that are
committee
heads.
Ought to be oversight
function
on that thing.
And they are collecting money for the oversight. So what have they done for this year? To come up and tell Nigeria, God will bless this country. We are so patient. We so much take a lot of things for granted. And they open up and say, no shouting. It's horrible.
All right, so let's quickly see what we have on the front pages of the National Light and the Cordita newspaper. Let's start with the National Light. Second Niger Bridge opens southeast for new business. This is coming from the federal government. Tips local orator to curb Abuja gridlock. Soludo Okowa Ngige Uzodinma orders Lord Buhari. Crude oil exploration suspended 1980s resumed in Chad Basin. Anambra to introduce a revenue court. Rainstorm kills 2, injures many in Bauchi. Will continue to reposition Abga. Soludo Obiokoye pledges to partner government and governor and others. CBN access 132 microfinance banks. And then we still have down there Supreme Court inaugurates election petition tribunal tomorrow. Buhari shops for loans to settle judgment debts. Anambra uncovers 3 illegal hospitals in Alo. In Enugu, new wave of ATM fraud rattles bank customers. And then we still have there second Niger Bridge, a promise delivered. This is coming from Governor Soludo. And then Cordita, Nanambra Abga Ahobutala Obiokoye, Ndi Ndu Ọhụrụ kwe nkwa ezi ọchịchị. Ndị Igbo etola Buhari maka akwa mmiri Niger nke abụọ n'ụlọ ọrụ gọọmenti etiti ọzọ na Anambra. Ọrịa ka corona njọ na-abịa. From WHO, and these are many more are what we have on the front pages of the National Light and Cordita newspaper.
Yes, let me speak on the step taken by the Ministry of Health in closing 3 hospitals in Alo. It's quite unfortunate that people are playing with people's life. I commend the government and the commissioner for that step taken. It's what I wish. I am happy with some of many of our commissioners. Just as we mentioned the governor's wife, the commissioner for women affairs. We've seen steps taken to check and then put the ills of the society in check. So that is a commendable. So that of the Commissioner for Health also is commendable. Because if we allow these things, you know, people in the village, they don't know whatever they know. Even a lab scientist opening a shop somewhere, they start calling him doctor. A pharmacist who gives them drug today and tomorrow, they start calling him doctor. And then they can even be asked to come there and, do anything. That is why we lose lives. People are careless about their lives. And the people who ought to know, because of monetary gains, they risk people's lives. So I want to commend that. And then finally, let me also touch on the syndicate that was caught in Enugu. I think Nigerians ought to shine their eyes. For 2 consecutive days, I'm in a bank there. I witnessed this myself. So the first day, then UBA here now. One man came in, an elderly man, crying, doing like he's a man. They just took his 59,000. They just, so he was there going. The last one, another elderly man, 70-something years, he came there and was doing like a madman. They just swapped his ATM card. It was when they downloaded it from their CCTV camera that they saw what they did. The man was going like a madman. The one person will be trying to help you. Then another person will distract your attention. They will take your MTN card and then go to POS and they finish his money. So that is a syndicate going on now.
Thank you so much for this information, but that's, brings us to the level of saying that our security is still porous. In banking area, it's supposed to have professional security operators there who checks people's psychological movement, intention. You just have to put people.
Sometimes I think they are not concerned with what is happening at the ATM points. They are just concerned with guarding the bank and all that.
If you go there now,
the ATM points are outside.
outside.
So
they should it's still the same bank. Anything that happens, the name of your bank will be mentioned.
What they will just do is, if you go there now, you see that it is written, because they have noticed it on and on. They'll just give a notice. Please do not allow anybody to assist you except the bank's security staff. So that's what they will put there.
Well, all I know that our security apparatus needs to be strengthened, in all areas, even in hospitals, marketplaces, anywhere we have public interest. Then for Anambra to introduce the revenue courts, I give our governor a kudos to that, because every time Babu walks, somebody else stays somewhere and eats. And we need good road, hospitals, schools, these basic human amenities. We want it. But our revenues are going into the hands of, I don't know how to describe them. Tomorrow they come around into the society, take chieftaincy titles from here and there, with our money unknown to us. So if this court really comes into being, I am sure that all these things would be controlled. I am very certain that the governor must have done everything possible to ensure that this is not just opening a court, but a court that will be very active and responsive.
And you don't want to talk about the second Niger Bridge?
Well, second Niger Bridge, I don't see it as, by my own calculation, it's not a favor. We are Nigerians. Southeast Anambra, Onitsha, that bridge brings in huge level of revenue in this country. So the federal government doing it, say, okay, thank you. I think it was Goodluck Jonathan that started it. So it was a project the outgoing president inherited. So his APC shouldn't take the total credit. It is governance. It is a continuous process. So we thank the federal government for even remembering us in that aspect. They should remember that without Southeast, Nigeria is nowhere. We are the engine house of this country. So they should do more. Even that roads, Onitsha-Enugu Expressway Road, we need more of it. We need light, because without Southeast, Nigeria will be bleeding every day. So for me, it's not a favor. It is our right. We deserve to have that nice. We are entitled to it. I don't say thank you to anybody for doing it, because I pay my tax. People pay their revenues, their rates, whatever is being called. We pay in fact, I don't even know how to describe it. People dancing and jumping and saying this and that. I think they are not being honest. If they are honest Nigerians, they will know that Southeast needs more project than that. That's how I see it.
All right, thank you. But at the same time, that's Igbo Palace. So you can come on my pause. But what if they don't do it? What are we doing?
Exactly.
So you just say thank you.
Yes.
To the
That's why I
federal
said
government,
thank you to federal government for doing it.
Yes, it is
not
on record.
something to pride that they have done, because I pay my taxes, people pay their revenues, so we are entitled to it. They should do more, because they enrich themselves from our own money and just giving us a Niger Bridge and you're dancing around it. For what?
Let's quickly go to the next paper for review this morning, which is the Daily Independent. Still on the issue, Keyamo to Buhari, ministers of state were idle, it's unlawful. And the writer there says ministers of state job minus for Buhari's government. That's coming from him. Cash crunch drags Nigeria's economy down to 2.31%. And then there's an editorial here. And then let's quickly go to the guidance and see what we have there.
Let's just take the Daily Independent first.
Okay then. So Keyamo is still talking tough here on this issue of the Minister of State job being minus for Buhari's government. Like you rightly said, Joy, earlier on, if you knew it was a minus, then why did they accept it in the first place?
That is the point. You see that these people are shameless. I'm sorry to say it, but look at somebody, a public figure of that nature. In a similar climb, when you see that type of thing, the honorable step is to resign. If you know that, what I remember Rimi, after he helped to install a government, I think that was OBJ. He was given, he said he resigned because he felt it is not what, it doesn't want his effort in making sure that so it's not what he expected. Now, this man had been there all the time for past 8 years or so. Now that you are ending, what is the, where is the integrity? Where is the, the honesty in what you are saying? Now that you discovered.
Sorry to interrupt. This Kayamo issue, I will beg the federal government to ask him to return every dime he has collected as Minister of State. Since he knows it's unconstitutional, let him return because he has collected our money unconstitutionally. So you have to return the money.
Probably, let's look at this case in another direction. Maybe this economic administration, we see that since Kayam is saying that they have been idle for a very long time, there's no need for duplicating offices. I mean, they should curb that particular, eradicate it
entirely.
No.
State for. No. When you have a minister, why are you having a minister of state for?
No. Do you know why I say no? If you do that, you've given credence to what Kayamo is saying, and that is rubbish.
I mean, they should do investigation.
No, there is no investigation. You have governor in a state and you have deputy governor. That is how the ministers are. Assuming tomorrow the main minister is sick. So what happened to the ministry? No. They are not there to perform. Remember, those things are political appointments. You understand?
And let me add also,
the
appointment of a minister is a constitutional issue.
Yeah.
The constitution mandates every government to make sure you pick a minister from all the states of the federation. So not all the states of the federation must have. So if you say it's only one minister, so how many ministries are you going to create to have 36 ministers? So that is why, formally it was called Minister Without Portfolio. It's now that they now renamed it Minister of State to make sure that each state of the federation benefited. So it is now the head of governments that used to know how to put it so that they will favor those in the good record and give them the main minister. The other one is just to satisfy the state.
So what you're saying is that
No.
waters that
Sorry, sir. I don't believe it is to satisfy the states. Because I still believe in a family you have a father, you have a mother. When the father, the figurehead is not there, the mother, the neck is there. So that is what the assistant ministers or whatever minister is doing. Because a minister, for instance, power, cannot oversee everything in power. They will share it. There's an area, the other one will go and be bringing ideas and be telling Oga, see this area. Like in women affairs, you have so many things concerning women, concerning children, concerning trafficking. What person cannot do it? That is where the issue of distribution of functions comes in. The main minister goes on, the other one supports. Two good heads is better than one. That's how I see it. The ministers for state and the main minister should stay, but let them have more duty. Let them be more visible in governance.
Maybe it's right to say that they should now
create just as it was done about deputy governor.
You are to oversee this and you are to oversee this so that they will not be idle. Okay?
So he was collecting our money for doing nothing. Okay.
Right. So quickly, let's go back to the next paper. That's the Guardian newspaper this morning. MPC shuns bleeding economy, raises interest rate to 18.5%. That's the big story in the pages of the newspaper. And then we still have Buhari's fragile pieces, an economic scorecard full of trauma. This is the third editorial. And then Buhari retains cabinet till May 29, seeks Senate approval for judgment debts. Naira faces downside risk, lumps to $760 per dollar at black market. And then speakership, Bajabiamila Wase clash as Ugochi Meresis two others, OK, Abbas, and Kalo. Senate presidency, Izunaso leads Akpabio, Yari, Kalo in APC's media assessment. Concerns as Buhari allegedly waived 7 billion naira spectrum fee for telcos. Alright, okay, sorry, 70 billion naira spectrum fee for telcos. Okay, these are the trending stories in the front page of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Buhari retains cabinet till May 29, seeks Senate approval for judgment debt.
You can see that it seems that the outgoing government is in a hurry. They are just waking up from slumber to, attacking so many things within few days. The other day, they requested for approval of $800 million loan. The other day, they wanted to, organize census. It was cancelled. The other day, what was the other one? So you see, towards the end now, what is so this are giving approval for judgment debt. I'm thinking that a government that is rounding or winding up, this is not the best time for you to be. Otherwise, it will be seen as if you are trying to sell rooms to make away with our money that is left. More so, when the president had said that he built road to Niger Republic. So even if Nigeria wants to fight him or persecute him, Niger will protect him. So, that statement is pregnant.
Joy, what do you have to say about the speakership by Jamia Wesley and Kalu, Akpabio? I don't really understand what's happening in this.
Did you say about Jamila Abachi?
We see.
That was for speakership.
For
and then we still
speakership,
have it
yes.
for the Senate
For the Senate
presidency.
president.
Okay, Izunaso is leading. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Well, I've already said, sorry, me? All right, thank you. My opinion in this issue of Speaker Abajime, why should he want to avoid, this is the last minute. They should be able to be tidying up objectively and handing over things properly, except if there's something they're trying to cover up. Then for the Senate presidency and all that, I just pray. What I'm looking for is not the Senate president, but they're looking for Senate president. I just pray that the will of the people will prevail there. That's how I look at it. The best, let the best come to be. Is Akpabio the best for us? When you check from governor, from the Niger Delta, just check all he has done. Then we will tell ourselves the truth. Why do we keep recycling the old ones? Why? Does it mean that the young ones are not learning? They are not coming up. And there's this general way that if you're a leader and you don't have somebody that succeeds, you have not really done nothing. So I don't know why we keep taking people round when we have other younger brains there. We should give them chance to come up. That is my own view in that one. Then for the money our Baba is asking for, I don't know why they have not considered education to be very, very important. The only legacy anybody can give to anybody, your child, country, to the citizens, and they are toying with it. What is debt? Judgment debt. What does that mean? With that kind of amount of money attached to it. And our lecturers, the medical sectors are still crying. And you are giving, cancelling the telecom debt. Yeah. When you collect it to put in the health sector or in education and make our society better. Look at our youth. They need to have, quality skill acquisition, and you empower them, and you are cancelling somebody's debt. I don't know. It's left for Nigerians to react. Nigerians, I think we are too calm.
Okay, looking at all these things, what do you have to say about this editorial on the front page of The Guardian? Buhari's fragile pieces, an economic scorecard full of trauma.
Actually, it captures the rating. It is truth well said Because like the other day, some analyst was, just like when we were talking about the second Niger bridge, and some analysts were saying that if you go for an exam and you score 90% in one paper, and then you score 10%, 3%, 2%, are you going to pass? That you have just made one impact which is ought to be done, which is not a favor, but your duty. For instance, you paid the salary. It's your duty to do that as an administrator. And then in other areas, you neglected it. Security, economy, health, education. We failed woefully. And then you are just bringing up one project, using it to confuse. It's only,
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, sir. Good morning.
Morning. Tell us your name and your location.
Okay, this is Ejike. I'm calling from Oka here.
Ejike, you're welcome.
Okay. My dear is, when you have a rubber stamp legislation, when the National Assembly is a rubber stamp legislation, this is what you get. Otherwise, the governments that have their little days to go, why all this rush? They have approved for the President Muhammad Buhari to go and get a loan of $800 million. For what? There is an incoming government. Government is a continue. Why all this rush to get all this money? You can see clearly that they want to share this money and go their different ways. And this is what they are trying to do now, to put in another legislative or a rubber stamp legislation. This is what they are planning to do now. They are going to put a patio, select the people they want so that they can control the legislation, and it is not good for this country. It is not good for this. They don't help us. It's not good for this country. I have a wonderful day, my friend.
All right, thank you. You too. All right.
Quickly, let's go to the next paper for review this morning, which is the Daily Trust. The banner headline there says, Buhari seeks Senate approval for 539 billion naira judgment debt pay. And the writer there says, direct ministers to remain in office till May 29. We gave our best, President tells cabinet members. And then the other writer there says, recent actions not illegal but morally defective. That's coming from Don. Nigeria's GPD growth slows to 2.31% in first quarter of 2023 amid cash crunch. And we also see there at the base there, 3 siblings found dead inside landlord's jeep. FG launches cooperative scheme for ex-Niger Delta militants with 1.5 billion naira. Nigeria spends $8 billion to restore peace in Liberia. That's coming from Irabo. And then Minister of State portfolio unconstitutional, Keyamo tells Buhari. FEC approves multi-billion naira project in Daura, power project in Daura and others. After 17 months probe, red panels fails to ascertain daily petrol consumption. And that's all we have on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. What's your take on that, Simon?
Let me continue with this judgment. I think I'm very happy that the Nigerians are becoming more aware of what is happening. Look at the person just called. That was what I wanted to say. When you have a rubber stamp legislature, otherwise all these things. But when the Senate President came early in the beginning of the administration, told us that they will approve anything that the presidency brings. They will approve it. Then what do you expect? So the same thing as he said, that is what the fight we are fighting now. Instead of the legislators to elect their leaders, the speaker, they are trying to fix people so that we continue in the old order. And of course, the outgoing president has said that this man will continue from where he stopped. And he adopted it also. And people are asking, is it where he stopped in good direction or in bad direction? So that is, it's only God that will help us. So all these things that are rushing now is enough of this nonsense.
All right. Joy, what's your take?
I want to talk about the 17 months probe reps panel, they were unable to ascertain the daily petrol consumption. And in my mind, I'm just thinking, are we saying that people representing us there are not well lettered? They don't know what to do? They just go there to sit? You go on for a year plus, that's 17 months, to do some investigations, and at the end of it, you are unable to come up with some. That shows insincerity to this country. They are not sincere to the growth and development of Nigeria, a country called Nigeria. They are not. And I want to use this opportunity to beg the 10th people, coming in the House of either Senate and Rep. Please, I'm just on my knees. I want to see a Nigeria that people from US, Canada, London, everywhere will be rushing to come and stay for vacation or anything. I can't understand the kind of people doing policies for us. You don't have anything upstairs. And why are you making yourself available to be voted for? You just go and warm the seat for nothing. I don't think it's a fair deal, to the country called Nigeria.
Okay, I just thought that if we have a peaceful nation in Nigeria, and the reason why Nigeria will spend $80 billion to restore peace in Liberia.
That is the problem we are talking. Okay, look at all this. Look at FEC approves multi-billion naira power project in Daura.
And others.
And you can imagine.
I didn't want to say much because I saw others. Others, Southeast might be involved, South or whatever. But this one in Liberia, what is happening in our North Central? What is happening in Southeast? So no money, we are not considered human beings. I just pray that the incoming government, I know that good government will come to this country sometime.
Sometime.
These things Nigerians should at this time begin to talk, begin to hold our leaders accountable. Because if we are doing these things, if we are shouting, if we are going on the street to protest, these things won't be happening. You have not cleared what is. Look at every day in the news, you hear killing in Jos, you hear killing in Benue, here and there. Then Southeast is just, you have to be crying over everything that you're hearing.
Sorry.
Then nothing is being done. Rather, you will be looking for whatever to pin your actions. Give us this kind of money. The security people down here will know what to do. They will know where to go. They will know who and who to look for. We are going to Liberia. I'm sure that country is better than Nigeria, and we're giving them out our money.
And that's the same woman that her appointment have just been reapproved. I think it is Abike Dabere that is in charge of diaspora affairs and so on and so forth. So what I'm saying, just as we said that others were added, so South Eastman, if you look at the railway distance that Buhari built from here to Niger. Then look at how the railway went through the whole nation, and the Southeast sidetracked. Nothing to the ones that were before, the railway tracks that ran before are now dilapidated. Southeast, nowhere to find Southeast. That is sometimes, as you said, people are even eager to demonstrate, to protest, but people know what will happen. And that is why even some of the foreign governments who are interested in our economy, they will be, showing hypocrisy. They will come and tell you that they are planning to deny visa for this. Yes, they are congratulating doing that, bringing people who will come and they are looking for where they will continue to exploit us. That is the point.
They are gluttons. They are gluttons because they know what they will get from Africa.
That is the
and
point.
Nigeria
and
at that
they
point.
wouldn't like somebody like somebody that will stop them. They will remove their mouth from the milking, from the milk.
But this issue of Buhari seeking the Senate approval, Senate president is just one person, but we still have 108 other senators, you understand, in the Senate, in the Red Chamber. Does it mean that if the approval comes from one person, the others can't come up and say, young man, can't we go and review this?
No, they will deliberate on it.
So that's
those that have it say,
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So does it mean that everything the president brings to the Senate, the House has it?
That's what I'm telling
you.
understand?
Told you that the people coming say they will do anything.
Everything. It's a rubber stamp something.
So,
before they are settled inside and they are told this is what, even some of them may be sleeping there. Some of them may be on the trip, or just taking their allowances. And then this is what we want. Just like Kayamo is saying now. Kayamo may have known all these things, but he was after his pocket, embezzling wealth. Now that he knows that he was doing nothing and then making noise. So the same thing, some of them in the Senate, some of them in the National Assembly, some of them don't even know how to, go about the procedure of the House. They don't know anything. Look at, can you imagine if it were to be the time of Chobo Kadibo? So Ken Naman, they can ensure that Obasanjo, the same party, Obasanjo third tenor did not succeed. He said he must give a chance. And people were eager, the time of Chukwu Merije, the time of so people like Enyinia Baribe, so people who can speak. But now you see people who are there like zombies.
Please, I just want to use this forum to appeal to the country called Nigeria, people in charge. If it's possible, this House representative and the Senate, can you just say, have time, let it not be a full-time business anymore, and let this attraction, the beauties attached to these chambers be reduced. That is cost of governance need to be reduced. So that people who really want to serve, we have people who really want to serve, but because they don't have enough money to throw around, they are not there. So the beauty attached to these chambers need to be withdrawn so that the true Nigerians who have the welfare and the growth and development of this country at heart should come up and serve and put us in the right place in the society.
What a way to end the show this morning. We want to say a very big thank you to you, Simon Welfare, former for joining us on Press Review this morning. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, and thank you, our audience. And let us have hope. People used to say, once there is life, there is hope.
And to you, Joy Mbachi, thank you so much for joining us on Press Review.
Thank you so much for the privilege always giving me to serve my community, my country called Nigeria. And I call to fellow Nigerians, we will not stop saying the right thing at the right time. We have to keep pushing until we get to our is it Ken and land or milk, country flowing with milk and honey. I'm sure we will get there.
Yes.
It's just resistance. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, all that watched us on our different platforms and on our television. Thank you so much for being part of the show, and for our callers, we really appreciate your calls this morning. My name is Chidinma Oranwa. We see you at the other side.